Hello, creative friends, and welcome to the Stampin' Squad. My name is Cheryl Dorsey. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Southern California. And when we were live together on Monday this week, we made some autumn treats. And I told you at the end of that I would do a separate video for you with some quick and easy Halloween treats. So that's what I'm here to do today. And I want to show you, I'm going to be using some little punch outs from this page from this Spooky Sweet Designer Series paper. When you get that paper pack, this is 12 by 12 paper. There are 2 sheets like this, and these are all like pre-done die cuts. So you just punch them out, right? So I'm going to use a couple of things from that. And there's another piece, and I've already used most of this, so I can't actually show you the full sheets of paper. But there's one sheet that's got these little cut aparts, and let me show you. They're already done in the perfect size for little tags. So I just cut these apart from the 12 by 12 paper. And I've already used a bunch of them, like I said, and other paper from that pack too. I'm going to show you one thing real quick. So a few weeks ago, we used that designer series paper and I made some cute Halloween cards. So I will put a link up here in the corner to this live so you can go back and look at these cards if you need to make some Halloween cards. How cute is that little guy? So that link will be right there in the corner. But today we're doing treats. And besides the paper, we're going to be using these iridescent treat bags. There's 20 of them in a pack. And so let me pull one of those out here. They're so cool because they just kind of shimmer and shine and pick up all the colors of the things that are around them. I'm also going to use the Spooky Halloween stamp set. And I'm going to use this stamp today, and also this little stamp, they're kind of like little stars. So I used some of the other ones on those cards. Today we're keeping things quick and easy. So here's my tag. That's the base of my tag. Here's my little bag. I'm going to just set it out of the way because I know that the light is really reflecting on that. So let's just move that out of the way. I'm going to make one of these for you, but at the end I'll show you 4 more that I already made. They're all just a little bit different. So first, I'm just going to take my tag and I'm going to use this stamp to kind of randomly put some of those little stars on here. So let's just do that. I am going to be putting some other items on here, so I'm not sure how much of this will show, but it's just kind of a background. So some of it might just be peeking through. Oh, and I got a little bit too much ink right there. Sorry about that. I'm also going to go ahead and stamp some of this on the back. There we go. Just to give it a little more decoration. Okay, now, oh, and this is Granny Apple Green. I don't think I told you what color I was using. Now I'm going to use my Memento Black. And I've got a stamp from that stamp set that says, "No tricks, all treats." So let's ink that up. And I am going to try to stamp it right down here at the bottom. So let's see if I can get it on there. And just give it a second just to make sure that all of that ink transfers to my paper. There it is. No tricks, all treats. Very cute. And I just want to cut off this bottom piece because that's all I'm going to use. I'm just going to grab my paper trimmer and use that. You could just do this with scissors if you wanted to, just trim this off. There we go. And that is pumpkin pie cardstock. That's the color of the cardstock. So I'm going to use this little punch out, this cute little bear. She's dressed up like a little princess fairy, I think. Oh, and there I've got another one of those ready to go for another project. And I punched out a little bat. And I punched out this little piece of candy corn. So now all I need to do is arrange these things onto my tag. So let me see, if I put this down here, and I kind of put her right here, I don't know, I can kind of cover up my little boo-boo there, right? So might as well do that. And you know what, I'm going to pull this up. So now I'm just playing with it, trying to decide how I want to do this. And then I can put my candy corn down here. And I could put my bat up here. You put the bat up here, kind of like this, because I am going to punch a hole right here. So let's try something like that. So first I'm just going to put the bat on, and I'm going to use my multi-purpose glue. Let's just put our scary little bat right here. And I'm going to use glue for this as well. Oh, I already stamped on the back. That's funny. Okay, didn't realize I had done that. I guess I need to look on both sides of my cardstock. And here, and it's okay if stuff hangs off the edges. That is not a big deal. You'll see on some of these other ones I'm going to show you, definitely things are hanging off. That's fine. I don't think it matters one bit. Okay, there's our little candy corn. And now I'm going to use some dimensionals to pop her up just a little bit. So let's grab those. Put a few of those on. And if you missed Mondays with the autumn treats, made two different versions of that, one with Hershey Nuggets and one with some Jelly Bellies. So you want to go back to Monday, what was Monday? The 6th. And check out the live from that day. And I'm just going to kind of put her like this. I am trying to cover up my boo-boo up there at the top. There we go. So fun and easy. Now, let's add a little bit of bling. I've got these embellishments. They all come together in one pack. And they are called the Shimmer Star Foam Stickers. Because they are squishy. They are made of foam. All right, so let's put a few of those on here. I think I'm just going to put a white one right up here at the top and right above her. And let's put a little black one. They're very sparkly. And one of these little purple ones. I love it when they use purple for Halloween. And actually, this is Petunia Pop. That is the color represented there. I love it so far. All right, let me put a hole in here. Punch a little hole. So let's put that right about in the center, pretty much in the center. There we are. Now I need my bag. And I'm just going to put one of these little Reese's pumpkins in there. So I just slip that all the way down. You could use any candy that you like. Let me tell you the measurements for these bags. I know someone will be wanting to know that. It is 4 inches by, let's see if we can measure the 4 by 6. So that is a size. They're plenty big enough to put some candies in there. Some of the ones that I made, I put this in there just for something different. It's just kind of like a little mini granola bar. And those worked as well to fit in there. All right, I'm going to use a piece of ribbon. Let's see if you can see how shimmery it is. It is the Petunia Pop color, so it goes great with this. Petunia Pop, yes, that is the ribbon. And I like this ribbon. It catches really well. Like it holds the knot really well. Sometimes the ribbon is kind of slippery, and it's a little bit harder to get it to, hold a knot because it wants to slip apart. But not this. It has enough texture that it holds together really well. I'm going to kind of hold that down, pull this together. I don't want that to fold. I want it to kind of bunch. So that's why I'm being kind of particular about that. But there we go. So if I pull that tight, it does want to stay together, which makes this a lot easier to work with. Now I am going to see if I can get this go in the right direction here. So I'm just going to take the ends of this and I'm going to run it through the hole. I'm going to go back to front. And just pull it through. Kind of snug it up there a little bit, close to the place where I tied it. And now all I'm going to do is make my bow. And let's make these loops a little smaller. So I'm just kind of holding on to the middle there. I'm pulling on those to make them a little bit smaller. I'm going to grab my paper snips and cut off the ends. There we go. And there is our cute little Halloween treat with our sweet little fairy princess. A wonderful Reese's pumpkin on the inside. So let me show you some other ones that I've made here. This one also has the Reese's pumpkin in there. And I just stamped straight on here. No tricks, all treats. And this is some kind of magic potion. These bats were die cut using the dies that coordinate with the stamp set, the Spooky Halloween. We've got a few of our little shimmery stars on there. I love this one with the little skull. It's so cute. Okay, we also have one. This one I also just stamped straight on the tag. This one is the kettle, or the cauldron, I guess. That's what you call it when it's Halloween. The cauldron with something oozing and bubbling over the top. I've got another die-cut bat there. And this one, I put one of my granola treats in it, and I stamped, "Don't worry, eat sweets," and then I cut it in half. So I've got the two pieces here, because when it's all one, it was too long. It was too long to use, so I just cut it in half. Here's some more of my punch outs, some more of my shimmery stars. And then one more. And this one I think is so cute. It's got this little, I guess a crow. I'm going to say it's like a crow. But the crow has little, looks like kitty cat ears to me. So everybody's dressed up for Halloween. This one I actually heat embossed the word spooky on a piece of black cardstock. So that's how I did that one. So these are all kind of vertical. This one I actually kind of turned horizontal a little bit. I don't think it matters because the kiddos are going to grab these and probably tear them open to get to those sweets and eat them. So that is it, the quick and easy. That designer series paper is the key. It has all of these cutouts. You just cut these apart, the tags themselves from the designer series paper, and then, you know, stamp on some things or add some embellishments, tie it up with ribbon, and you're done. You've got your great Halloween treats. So if you're looking for other kinds of treats, I am also going to link up here in the corner. Now I'm going to link to my playlist that is called Sweet Treats. And it's got all kinds of treats. It's got Halloween and for every other occasion you can think of. So if you're looking for other treat ideas, be sure and check that out. Thank you so much for watching today. And I hope that I will see you next Monday live, 4 p.m. Pacific time, right here on my channel. All right, have a great weekend. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.